so today's video is going to be my monthly collab with my dear friend here on YouTube, Darissa Rain, aka the brutally honest beauty. Let me just sit and get real with you guys for a second. I freaking love Riri. If you're not subscribed to her, you're totally missing out. I've been subscribed to her for years now. I watch her regularly. I love her. I cannot wait to see her look. So for today's video, but before you check out my look, of course, go and check out her channel, subscribe, show her some love, watch some of her videos. You won't regret it. She's awesome. I love her. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She is so funny. She makes me laugh every single time I watch her. I love her to death. So anyway, we are going to be doing our monthly collab using our Colourpop So Jaded eyeshadow palettes from Kathleen Lights and Colourpop. And for this look, we are doing the month of May, which is Emerald. I had to think about that for a second, but I'm like, yes, it's a green look today. And I know the only other birthstone that's green is mine, which is Peridot, which obviously I know is in August. So yeah, let's get into this look. So before I get into any of the main eyeshadows that we're going to be using, I just want to set my eyes because I did prime my eyes first with my Anastasia Beverly Hills primer. She said that she just got this, Riri, and she said that she's been loving it, and I think I've told her about this a few times, and I said how good this primer was, and she just fell in love with it too. It's a freaking bomb primer. And then I just put on my Dewdrop lip oil from Colourpop on my lips. Oh my god, why is my drink right next to my computer? It's making me really nervous. So now I'm just going to take the shade My Precious that I usually use from the palette to apply to my brow bone every time I do a look for this series, as I'm dipping it into another shade for some reason. What's a video with me without dipping into another shade? Do you see the difference it makes though when you actually set it? Do you see how like smooth and like how smooth that side looks as compared to the unset side? And then once you set both sides, then it creates a smooth surface that all the, well, smooth base, I mean, so the other shades can go on top easily when you first start blending out your eyeshadows. So we are going to start out with some of the greens in this palette. And I'm probably just going to do my typical green look that I usually do with this palette when I use the shade Emerald. But I love doing this look. I think I did this look a year or two ago when I first got the palette. So we're just going to do it again. I honestly haven't even done this look this year yet, I think. I think I did last December, like during Christmas time. I did use this palette to do a green look with it, and I did use Emerald. And Emerald's such a beautiful shade in here. So anyway, let's stop rambling. And I'm gonna go into the shade Geodude first, which is this shade right here. And it's a really beautiful, like, army green shade. Well, actually, Jade's more like an army green shade. This one's kind of like a mustardy light green, I would say. Like a dirty, pukey kind of color, honestly. And I'm going to take that and put that in my crease to start out with. So I'm just going to run that through my crease area. The only thing about this eyeshadow primer is that it does make my eyes pretty dry, but it makes the eyeshadow so pigmented when I use it. But it does make my eyes pretty dry sometimes. Like, I can tell, like, how dry they look after applying it, but it's okay because it comes together in the end with this primer, so it's not a big deal. And I'm just going to apply it on this side as well. I'm probably going to skip over the whole face situation today and just concentrate on the eyes, cheeks, and lips because I feel like my videos are so long. I've already been talking for 4 minutes, so let me finish blending it out off camera. Okay, and then for the defining shade, I did already mention Jade is like that army green shade. I'm going to go in with that to define the crease area. I don't know if I'm going to go in with any other mattes, to be honest, besides my brow bone highlight, because I really want the green to be all over the lid. the emerald shade. So I'm probably just going to be using these two shades. I probably could have done a halo eye, but sometimes for these looks, I really want the shimmer to be all over the lid instead of just like, you know, a hint of color in between the mattes, because I really just want the shimmers to shine through some with these looks, because it is based on the birthstones, and obviously the birthstones like kind of sparkle, so I try to like echo that and just make like the shimmers like the main focus of the palette of the looks. But this is still like my most used palette in my collection, because I end up using this palette at least once or twice a month because of these collabs. Because of this collab and because of the Zodiac collab. I always end up using this palette at some point, so. Okay, so that's good for that. Okay, so I applied my glitter glue on my lid, and now I'm just going to go in with, of course, like I said, the shade Emerald, which is going to be the star of this look. And I wanted to wear a green shirt to match, you know, just so we could be monochromatic and color coordinated. And I'm just going to take that beautiful green. This is one of the best shades in the palette. It's so beautiful. I think the two green shades in this palette are my favorite shimmers. Obviously, I'm biased and love Peridot, but truly, Peridot is so stunning. So I didn't decide to take an outer corner shade. I just wanted to concentrate on this shade all over the lid. But this shade is so damn pigmented, and I love it. I think besides using this for like a work look last, like November, December, I did use it when I did my Maleficent look for Halloween last year. Those looks were so much fun to do. That's why I had so much fun doing that Farscape look recently. Like, look how pigmented that is. Like, it's just the quality of this palette really has, like, blown me away. It still performs, like, amazingly. And I think that these are, like, probably their best shimmers that they've ever done. I kind of wish they had made another palette with this type of quality, because the shimmers in here are definitely the star. I mean, the mattes in here are great, too, but the shimmers in here are so beautiful. They're just, like, my kind of shimmers that I love. This is like my most pigmented green in my collection, like this type of color. I don't really have any other shades like this besides this one in this palette. And it truly is like an emerald shade. Like, they nailed it with this color. And it's so beaut. And basically anytime somebody asks me, do I need the Colourpop So Jaded palette, or if they ask me like, oh, I've been debating on getting that palette for a while, I'm not sure if I should, I always say, get it. Like, I don't usually try to convince people to buy too many things, because, you know, it's your money. I want you to spend money on something that you think will be worth it to you. Obviously, I'm going to recommend something that I think is great, too, if I've tried it. And honestly, this is, like, the number one thing I recommend to everyone if they've been debating getting this. I'm just going to be like, just get it. Like, it's literally beautiful, and it'll add something to your collection. And honestly, you can create an endless amount of looks with this palette. Like, there's just such versatility with it. Like, I can't stress enough how good this palette is. That's why it's my favorite. So I'm just going to take my Precious again and just apply that to my brow bone. And that's pretty much it for the look right now for the eyes, and then we'll go into the lower lash line after we work on the face. You know what, we're just gonna do the full face because I'm home and not going anywhere, and the only people that are gonna see me do my makeup is you guys. So just gonna spray my face with my MAC Fix Plus, and then I'm gonna go in with my favorite primer, which is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. And again, Riri's been loving this one too, and I love using this when we do our collabs. So also, I did get my nails done yesterday. You guys will see this like 2 days after yesterday, so it won't be yesterday anymore when you guys, it won't be the day after I got my nails done when you guys see this, but just wanted to say I did get my nails done yesterday. I got like this purple light purple color, and I'm really digging it. It's a really pretty color. I originally wanted to get lavender, but then I saw this color and I was like, ooh, I haven't done a color like that in a long time, so I thought it was really, really pretty. I probably will get lavender like the first week of June. Probably the next time I go, I'm probably going to get blue, like some type of blue color. All right, so for my foundation, I'm going to use my Colourpop stick foundation. I never use this anymore, so I kind of wanted to whip it out and use it today. I can already feel that it kind of feels dry on my skin with this primer. I don't think I've used it with this primer like at all. Like I kind of just don't use this foundation much these days because ever since I got the Pretty Fresh foundation and the tinted moisturizer, the Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer, I use those two. Basically, anytime I want to use a Colourpop foundation, I'll use either one of those. I don't really use this one anymore. Or if I want like a full coverage foundation for like a collab video or like a full-on glam look for a collab, then I'll use the no filter foundation. But I don't really use this one. But I did just use the no filter foundation for my Farscape look, so I wanted to use this one today for this look. And might as well use more Colourpop products today because like I said a million times, I love using my Colourpop products more when I use my So Jaded palette. Oh, also, this is exciting and it has everything to do with Kathleen since we're filming a look with her So Jaded palette. Kathleen loved one of my comments on her video. I have been trying to get her to comment back to my comments and like reply to my messages for so long. Like I'm not like super desperate and be like, oh my god, Kathleen, I love you. It's just like I've never gotten acknowledgement from her that I exist. And I don't want to be like a weirdo and be like, oh my god, she knows I exist. But I've been following her for years now, and to finally get some type of recognition that she like read my comment, I was just like, okay, I'm good. I don't need to try and get her to respond to me anymore. I'm happy. I'm like, this is great. I was like, this is awesome. I was like, I can't believe she loved my comment. Like, I've been trying to get her to respond to my comments every time I leave a comment on her video. Sometimes I don't even leave a comment because I'm like, well, she's not going to answer back or reply anyway. And I understand she has a huge following. Like, she has 4 million subscribers. So, but Bailey has loved my comments and replied to my Insta messages and messages on her lives wishing me happy birthday. Like, she replies to her subs a lot, but you know, I understand they have busy lives. They can't respond to every single person that comments. But the fact that she finally recognized one of my comments, I was so happy. I was like, what? I was so excited. So that was sick. Such a great way to start off the day today. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, Kathleen finally responded to one of my comments. I'm like, this is crazy. So I just thought that was great, and I figured I would mention it in this video because we're literally using her palette. So it was awesome. That made me really, really happy today. So anyway, I'm just gonna go in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I forgot how good this foundation looks. It's just such an easy foundation to use. I'm gonna use very little of this. I just wanted kind of a full coverage foundation concealer today. I always say I'm going to use a little bit, and then I'm like, let me use a lot. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out. But yeah, I just thought that was awesome. I was like, holy shit, she knows who I am. Well, like, she probably doesn't know who I am. And again, I'm not trying to be some crazy person, but she might recognize my username because I have commented on a lot of her videos before, but honestly, who knows? Like, but again, I just thought that was awesome. So I wrote on the comment was on one of her videos where she kind of did a throwback No, she didn't do a throwback look. She threw on like these pink like sunglasses that she was like, give me my butterfly clips and like my Motorola Razr and I'm good to go as she like put the sunglasses on. And I laughed. I wrote in the comment that I laughed at that and said, "Thank you, Kathleen, for transporting me back to my 2000s with my butterfly clips and my razor." And she loves the comment. So that was awesome. And yeah, it was just a good way to. It's always nice when you like decide to stay home and relax and just like one of those things happen to just brighten your day. And I was just like, that's freaking awesome, man. So it's the same thing when I watched one of Alicia Keys's lives a couple months ago and I said, I love you. I've loved you since Fallen. And she shouted me out back and she said, I've loved you since Fallen. And I like died because I love her so much. So yeah, it's just things like that. Like, even though I kind of want to get real with you guys for a second because I feel like I haven't brought up like real world stuff for a hot minute on my channel. I've kind of stayed away from it ever since, I got over COVID. I haven't really been talking about it too much. But I just wanted to say a positive about the whole pandemic is that it kind of has gotten celebrities to connect with their fans in such a personal way that they ever have before. Like, celebrities have done lives before but like they were like throwing and doing like full on concerts and singing with, other singers like Demi Lovato and what's her name? There's another girl that won The Voice, I think. What the hell's her name? I forget. But they did like a live together and it was just awesome. And Miley Cyrus started a whole like live stream radio show and she has like guests, every week or something, and she's had Demi Lovato and stuff, but she didn't have this, radio show before, the pandemic, and then she started it, for her fans and for and even though I don't really like Miley Cyrus, I just thought that that was really cool. And Miley has always been awesome to her fans. So, just because I don't like a certain artist's music and stuff doesn't mean I hate them. I can still respect the type of person that if they're going to be a good person, I can respect that. So, and who am I to judge? They don't even know who I am. So, I just don't hate. I just either don't listen to the person or I can respect if they do something good for their fans because some celebrities are kind of assholes to their fans. So yeah. Why am I going off on such a tangent? I don't know, but I'm just saying it has been a positive for celebrities to connect to their fans. So for my under eyes, I just used the Becca Hydra Mist powder. And then I'm going to use this Kevin Aquan powder that I just have sitting in front of me today to just set my face real quick. I keep on using the Dior powder to set my face. And I kind of put this one in front of me to use it. Wow. That adds a beautiful glow to my skin. Holy crappy-olies. That's really nice. Wowza. But I just want to say my skin feels really dry with this primer and this stick. I think it's this foundation that might be drying out because it's old. So let's just add some hydration to my face. So we're just going to spray my coconut hyaluronic acid setting mist by Colourpop, the pretty fresh one. And this is also one of Riri's favorites too. Okay, so now we're going to go back into the palette and do the lower lash line. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I'm going to use that shade Jade that we used in the crease before, and I'm just going to apply that to the lower lash line. I don't know if I might want to put Emerald in the middle. Let's see if I want to be about that life today. I might. I think I will. Just pop it on in the middle of the lower lash line. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to apply it to the side as well first. Kind of bring it in a little bit more unevenly on this side as I'm like popping a saliva bubble. Excuse me. Sorry. And then I'm going to take that shade Emerald and apply it in between. The shade is really pigmented though, so I got to be careful that there's not too much fallout. Okay, we kind of need a little bit more. All right, I think I'm actually going to spray it. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Your girl was cleaning earlier, so there's kind of like still a little bit of dust flying around because I tried to dust earlier. So don't judge me if things are flying around. I know people say they see ghosts in my videos or orbs or whatever. And I'm like, it's just kick up from the pan, you guys. It's not any like crazy ghosts, but Mary will tell me otherwise when she watches this video or any other video that I make, honestly, because they're always flying around in my background. And everybody makes fun of me about it, but you know what? It's fine. It's good to have a signature for your channel, right? It makes me unique. Right? Okay. I think that's really pretty. And it's not too overpowering. And I'm just going to take a little bit more of Jade just to... God, that shade is so pigmented too. Kind of just blend it a little bit more. And then, before we do the inner corners, I'm going to take this eyeliner from NYX called Emerald, and we're going to line the waterline. I thought it was perfect because obviously we have to use it for this emerald look because the liner is literally called Emerald. Actually, it's called Emerald City, but still. It's a really pretty, like, basically the same shade as the Emerald Shimmer. Actually, no, it's like the same tone. If you know what I mean. And we're just lining the waterline with that. Just like that. And then for the inner corners, I'm going to take the shade Peridot, which is this really gorgeous, like lime green shade, and we're going to apply that on the inner corners. This shade is so pretty. Again, it's like my favorite shade in the palette. I'm super biased, but I really, really love this shade. It's like one of my favorites. I'm going to take it a little bit into the crease area as well. And I'm going to do the same over here. And then we'll do mascara off camera just so we can save some time. I am tired, you guys. I didn't sleep that great last night. And since I was cleaning earlier, your girl's tired. Alright, so again, I'll just finish up the eyes off camera. Okay, and then for mascara, I just primed my lashes off camera. Decided to do my upper lash mascara on camera, and I'm going to use my Urban Decay Lash Freak because it's my favorite to really lengthen my lashes. Riri, I'm not sure if you've tried this one, but it's literally like one of the best. Like, this is like my top favorite mascara. Honestly, besides the the Lancome Monsieur Big. They're like my top two favorites. I don't know what's going on with this one today, though. But it's definitely thickening up my lashes a shit ton today. Don't worry, we'll get rid of that. It's not a big deal. Maybe I should have wiped off the wand more first, but it's just a little bit goopy today. But it's a great mascara. I'm like, you should try this as it goops up on my lashes, but it's a great mascara. I think she's tried a sample version, or sample size of this, I mean. I'm just gonna fix it off camera. Sorry, had to drink some more water. So I went ahead and did my lower lashes off camera, of course, with my Maybelline Lash Discovery mascara. And then for my bronzer, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the shade Rosewood. Actually getting cold. I forgot to put my sweat jacket on, so let me just bronze up my skin first. I love this bronzer. It's just such a beautiful bronzer. I'm trying to rotate my bronzers more now since I can't use my Physicians Formula one anymore because it's not really performing the same anymore as it used to, and I've had it for years. So I am going to be decluttering it. That I've been really rotating my other bronzers quite frequently now. I try not to use the same bronzer too often. I mean, I have been using the Gucci bronzer the most since, you know, it's the most expensive. So I want to get my money's worth out of it. And then we'll do blush and highlight in a minute. Again, I just want a sweat jacket because I'm cold. Okay, and then for my blush, I'm just going to use one of the Colourpop Zodiac blushes from Kathleen. And I'm going to go in with the nude shade, which is called Lunar Has It. It's one of my favorite blushes ever. It's like my go-to blush for like everyday looks, but it's also really pretty with like, you know, it's just like an essential blush that I feel like a lot of people would love because it's just like a go-to blush for like everyday looks, but you can also wear it with looks like this because it just goes with like every single look. Like I could wear this with pretty much any color on my eyes and I always know it's gonna look good. So especially for my skin tone and for my like undertones, I love it. So it's always been one of my favorites and I've used it to death. I'm just going to, I just want to put a little bit more on. I try to be a little careful with these because they are very pigmented, so, all right, I think that is pretty good. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then for highlights, I do want to go in with like a green highlight today. I always end up using these Classy Cake highlighters for like the shades that I want that are like a little bit out there for highlighters that are like not everyday colors. So I'm going to use this green in the middle called Sea Turtle, and it's a really beautiful green highlight. I'm just going to use my Colourpop brush that I love and apply that. Oh, that is so pretty. I always forget how pretty this one is. It's like, it's not too green. It's just like, oh my god, it's so pretty. This is probably my favorite one from Classy Cake. It has like such a beautiful sparkle to it. It's not like too green. It's like a silver green and it's so pretty. I think I am going to spray it though, just to get it, of course, a little bit more pigmented because who am I without spraying my highlights? And then just going to, oh my goodness, I'm getting tired, you guys. I'm almost done. Okay, so just like that. And then we'll just set my eyes and do my brows off camera. I mean, set my face. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy. And do my brows off camera. Okay, and then for the lips, I kind of wanted to test out the color first before I used it to see if it went with this look. I'm going to use the Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Aquarius. And this was like the first Ultra Satin Lip that Kathleen came out with. I haven't used this in a while. But the Ultra Satin Lip formula was basically the first formula besides the lippy sticks that I fell in love with. And I liked these even more because the lippy sticks kind of had like a sticky, like, they weren't like sticky, but they had like a waxy feeling to them. They weren't like as comfortable to me as the Luxe lipsticks, which are still my favorites. But the Ultra Satin Lips were really good for when they came out. I hope they come out with new shades in this at some point because they've been releasing new shades of the lippy sticks with a lot of some of their newer collections, and I hope that they start releasing more of these again in like maybe the summertime or something. Because these are really good lightweight lipsticks for the summertime. It's really hard for me to declutter the Ultra Satins because I love the formula. But I go through and smell them and I'm just like, oh, this does not smell good anymore. Then I gotta get rid of it. But this one still smells pretty damn good, which I'm happy about because this is like one of my favorite shades. And I was like, I don't know if I could get rid of this yet. Because it used to be like one of my go-to lippies. But yeah, I pulled out 2 other Colourpop lippies before I settled on this one. And I was like, let me use Aquarius. I haven't used Aquarius in a hot minute. Oh, my nose is so itchy right now. And runny. It's just spring allergies, y'all. Talking like Riri now. I'm actually getting pretty hungry for dinner. Even though I just had lunch like an hour and a half ago. I'm probably gonna have a snack before dinner though. Let me just finish my lips, Caitlin, okay? Stop talking and finish your dang lips. I'm just gonna finish them off camera. Okay, guys, so this is pretty much the finished look. Here are the eyes. Love that green on the lid, the cheeks, and the lips. I really like this lippy with this look as well. I'm trying to see if it does tie in, and it does. I like how the cheeks look. This blush looks with this lippy, and I think it ties in really nicely with the eyes. I think it's really pretty. I've always loved like peachy colors to go with like green eyes, like peachy lips or orangey lips, or like something like a muted peach like this. I wanted to wear either What's Your Sign, which is my all-time favorite lipstick pretty much ever. And this was the first luxe lipstick that Kathleen Lights created with Colourpop along with Scorpio Moon, and they're literally like the best. But this one is getting a little bit old, and I was going to declutter it, and then I was like, I cannot let this lipstick go. I love this lipstick so dang much. So I was like, nope, it's not going anywhere. And then I was either gonna wear this one as well, which is one of the lippy sticks like I was talking about, that they're bringing them back with some of these collections. And I'm pretty sure Riri has one of these from this collection as well. I think it's this color, I'm not sure. But this is the Colourpop lippy stick in the shade Brat Pack. But then I was like, no, I want to use one of her lippies for this look, so I used Aquarius. And if you guys are looking for a lipstick that's super comfy, that like you want, pretty much these are like top 2 favorite lipstick formulas from Colourpop. I also love the Luxe Velvet lipsticks, but the Luxe lipsticks and the Ultra Satin lips, like top faves. These are amazing formulas, and the Ultra Satin lips were like so popular at the time, and they're just so beautiful on the lips. I really didn't see any negative reviews about them when they first came out. A lot of people love them. So yeah, I love you guys. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819. I also just started a Poshmark. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit at the end of this video. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I did post it on my stories that I did start a Poshmark. I've only listed a couple of eyeshadow palettes that I'm trying to declutter from my collection, and then I'm going to be slowly listing some more stuff. I just wanted to start out with eyeshadow palettes and see where it went. And I actually just made my first sale, and which is great because I literally just started promoting it on my Instagram yesterday, and someone DM'd me and said they were interested, and which is awesome. But I just wanted to mention it here. If you guys are, you know, in the market for some new makeup and you don't want to pay full price for it, if you want to DM me on Instagram, or you can check out my Poshmark. It's the same as my Instagram handle, which is CBW819. I would love for you guys to check out my Poshmark. And yeah, I love you guys. I can't wait to see Riri's look. I know it's going to be gorgeous. And yeah, I'm going to stop rambling. Bye!